Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. We start on the daily chart. I promised you yesterday that we take a look at the daily chart today again for everybody who's new on the channel as well. So let's start here. You can see the price action since the November 22 lows. We've got two scenarios we're tracking. They are both bullish at the moment. I assume that we are in a bullish market. In the first scenario, we have a scenario in which of the November 22 lows, which was the bear market low, a 1-2 setup followed. We're basically in a third wave within this scenario. Then there should be a 4 and a 5 that can take us above $100,000. In this third wave, we have another 1-2 that bottomed in September last year. Third wave just finished. Fourth wave unfolding right now, and then there should be one more high in a wave 5 to complete this larger degree third wave. It could be, and I'm working on that idea, but it's not, there's no rush, that I have to include another 1-2 setup here. Yeah, that would mean there will be another 4-5 afterwards, but that there's no rush, you know, at the moment. So it's just something I want to make you aware of. But yeah, this is one scenario in which we first of all test the support zone at the moment. And we talk about which support that is. In this scenario, in this wave 4, first of all, these typically take a lot of time, these wave 4 corrections. And the support zone is between 41,810 and 43,985. Okay, so this is one main scenario. As long as the price is holding 35K, a fifth wave to the upside to 60K plus is expected afterwards. But this correction can take a little while because a wave 4 usually takes quite a bit of time, and it is a substantial wave degree. In the second scenario, which I prefer, I prefer it from a trading point of view because it would give all of us the possibility to buy Bitcoin cheaper, but just because I prefer it doesn't mean it has to happen. It's certainly not the one that will be tested at the moment. I'm currently, from an analysis point of view, I'm focusing mainly on the wave 4 because this is the scenario that's currently being tested by the market. Whereas the scenario that will come into play below 35K is this one, that from the November low, yeah, we had an A wave up, a B wave down, and a C wave up. And we are now in a B wave down. So this move up would be a larger A wave. The move down would be a B wave. And then the move up will be a C wave, also new all-time highs. But it could be a more rocky road and the pullback will be deeper. But there's no way of saying that this is going to play out until we break below $35,000. In both scenarios, I would buy Bitcoin. I would see this as a gift if we dropped much lower. But again, just because I like the idea, doesn't mean it has to happen. I mentioned it yesterday already. Typically before the halving, there has been a sell-off or there was a sell-off in the past. Now, that is typically just to shake out the weak hands, but just because something happened a few times in the past, it doesn't mean it will have to happen again, which is why in our analysis, we just share the levels, share the pivots, and then you can observe them, watch them for entries or so. They are both scenarios. Elliott Wave tells us we are in a bullish market until 19,870 breaks. This is when both of these bullish scenarios are breaking or have broken. And we will then have to look for, you know, lows in the region around 10K, maybe even lower. There are people on crypto Twitter who say, okay, yep, we have 3 waves up. Indeed, I've said that as well, A, B, C. But they say the move down was an A wave, the move up was a B wave, and the move down is now a C wave. Now, what these people forget about is context. They disregard completely the context. Context is very important in Elliott Wave. What they also disregard is that there are other bullish options that will be tested before that happens. Now, this is the scenario in which we go to new bear market lows. But there are support levels along the way. And I never understand why people can call for a bearish scenario when support levels are still in play and we are in an uptrend. I just don't understand this. There's no point shouting for a 10K. You know, there's no way of knowing that. No way. These people try to call the market, which is obviously not useful for trading. Well, okay, they share their opinion, but there's no point because we have support levels that will be tested first. Okay, so it's just a different mindset from someone who tries to call the market, who tries to be a prophet, to someone who just gives you relevant pivot points, okay? So just focus on the levels, and yep, if they break, then we are more bearish. But first of all, the yellow scenario will be tested. Well, not the yellow scenario, the yellow support box will be tested first by wave 4. Now, again, very important, both scenarios are bullish at the moment. Yeah? I even have a hard time to see Bitcoin get to 20K, okay? But let's see if it's holding the immediate support area. So let's go to the shorter time frame. Here, Bitcoin has so far behaved quite well. Bitcoin has come down, has shown us that sharp correction that we wanted to see from the 11th of January high. So yeah, we had a sharp correction, and you can see that. Let me adjust that a little bit. Had a sharp correction, then Bitcoin moved into a corrective pattern over the weekend, never broke above this trend line here. And I highlighted to you, I'd like to see a break to the downside, which happened, but it did not follow through and didn't make a lower low. I don't know, there might be one or two exchanges where that happened, but not here on the average index. So what does this mean? Well, first of all, it means that, yep, wave 5 of A could still be unfolding, but Bitcoin didn't follow through and we didn't see 5 waves down. We only saw 3 waves down. So that makes me assume that, for example, the B wave of this wave 4 correction could already be unfolding, and it would be unfolding in an ABC structure. Let me put that onto the chart. A wave to the upside from the Friday lows, B wave down, because we didn't take the low out and it's only a 3 wave move down. And if we now see the price break above the A wave high, which is around 43,330, then this is likely a C wave to the upside. And then we have an ABC structure, and that could complete wave B or turn into a larger ABC. We'll see how that works out. But certainly we only have 3 waves down. But until the price has taken out that A wave high, another option is possible, which would be wave 4 as a triangle, but as a larger triangle. Yeah, as a larger triangle. So this white wave 4 could unfold as, yeah, basically a larger triangle pattern like this, okay, in which we would still see our 5th wave to the downside. So I'm not going to take it off the chart. It would just mean that maybe this was an A wave, this was a B wave of a triangle, this is a C wave of a triangle, a D wave, an E wave, and then down, okay, for one more low. So that's still an option. Nothing changed. It might just be a little bit delayed. Or if we see a break today above 43,000, what was it? 1 second. 230, then it is likely going to be that C wave to the upside, okay? And in terms of, 1 second, in terms of resistance levels, they haven't changed. They are still below, between 44,220 and 47,300. So overall, nothing has changed the assumption that we are in this wave 4 correction. It is possible that the A wave gets another low, but if it does, then it gets delayed. But I still see the potential here for a larger bearish pennant, which would be confirmed with a break to the downside of these trend lines. Whereas, yeah, a break above this A wave high in yellow suggests that the B wave is already unfolding. Again, they are both part of the same scenario of a still unfolding 4th wave. And yeah, I don't think there is much more to add. These are the parameters for today that are worth watching. By the way, if another low forms, then it's still here, this area, as a potential target for wave 5 between 39K and 40,570. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.